Hello everyone, welcome back. So we know what are the topics which we are going to discuss, right? So as the first one, introduction to Java. Okay, so introduction to Java, that means I'm going to talk about the small history about Java. Okay, so basically Java has been invented by Sun Microsystem in the year of 1991. Okay, it's been more than 2 decades, right? So, and it has been invented by two important key members. So, one is James Gosling and Patrick Norton. So, we used to call James Gosling as the father of Java, right? And the way it has been moduled, it's in a simple programming language, right? Basically, it is based on object. Okay, so you cannot call them as a object-based programming because Java is not object-based. It is object-oriented language. Okay, it's a very simple programming language which will easy to learn, but maybe the syntax and the naming conventions it is little bit different, and because each and everything has its own rules and conditions. Okay, so the first thing, so under the basics, we should know something about called JVM, which is Java Virtual Machine. Okay, so what is a virtual machine? Because I installed JDK, so when I installed JDK, I got JRE along with my JDK. But why do I need a JVM? So that always comes into our mind. So this virtual machine, what it can do? Okay, so writing a Java program, anyone can do that. I can do that, you can do that, or anybody can do that, right? But who's gonna execute the code? Who's gonna compile the code? Unlike other languages, whenever you write a Java program, you need to compile your program first. The first task, if you write a hello world program, you need to compile. That is the first stage of programming. So you can compile a code with the help of Java compiler, which is nothing but Java C, which is included in the Java development kit. Right, that's what I mentioned. So JDK, which combination of JRE and JDK. The JDK contains the compiler, and it has some other development tools also. We will talk about it bit later. Okay, so what basically the JVM is doing? Because JVM is not gonna do any compilation part or something else, right? Because compilation done by Java C. So basically what will happen when Java compiler compile your code, it has been converted into a different kind of a model. So which is called as a bytecode. Can you communicate to the computer? No, we don't know how to communicate to the computer because computer can communicate through the bytecode. How humans can communicate? We'll talk to each other, right? We'll talk to each other to understand what they are trying to say or what we are trying to say, right? How animals can communicate? They have their own language. Okay? Can animal communicate to human or human can communicate to the animals? Which is not possible. So in case if you want to, we need something in between who can convert what they are saying. It won't work with humans versus animals. Let's compare a person who's talking in English, another person who's talking in Spanish. They both don't know how to communicate each other. In order to both communicate, they need something in between. So that is called as an interface or interpreter, right? Or translator, right? So JVM is like a translator. It will understand the bytecode. So the compiler which will create class file which holds the bytecode, our JVM will take the class file which means the bytecode and it will generate the output. Right? So that's what the next point. The JVM which will execute the bytecode generated by the compiler and will run your code. Correct? So that is all about which one? One second. That is all about the Java virtual machine. Okay, so now we know how the JVM is working, right? So now we need to know whenever you're talking about Java, the first thing that comes into your mind, platform independent. Okay, so we're going to talk about platform independent in the next video.